Okay, so I've seen a lot of posts and videos of folks who end up with hermit crabs who are just starting out with like just a cage, and they need some resources on how to properly take care of them. Too many times I've seen Facebook posts saying enjoy your new investment or have fun spending thousands of dollars. They really don't cost that much for a starter setup for the basics. I think it'll be about $250 in the end. A lot of people feel like they have to purchase like everything from Etsy shops, like all of their pools and all of their like enrichment and everything, and that if they don't, that their crabs aren't well taken care of. But really, there's like cheaper and easier ways to go about things. Okay, so we're going to be using these 4 places as references. We've got the Land Hermit Crab Owner Society, Crab Street Journal, Norton's Nest, and Crab Central Station for our resources here. Starting off, we're going to need a tank. We need at least 10 gallons per crab minimum, and you need a minimum of 2 crabs because they're social creatures. So we're starting out with a 20 gallon. So this is $35, and then here's the dimensions, about 30 inches by 13 inches. And then you're going to need a lid. It can't be mesh, it's got to be solid, either plastic or glass, to like hold in humidity. You can get this one from PetSmart or Petco or whatever, or you can go to Lowe's and have them cut plexiglass for you to fit. This is the more expensive way to go about things, so we're gonna go with this option for now, because it's cheaper. If you do have a mesh top, like right now, and you can't get a plastic lid like this, you can top it with plastic wrap to keep the humidity in just until you get a better lid. Alright, next we're going to need sand, okay, regular old play sand. We're going to need about 2.25 bags and about 1 eco-earth brick in order to make a 5-to-1 ratio of play sand to eco-earth that's going to be about 6 inches in depth in this tank. Now as far as like depth of substrate, you need 3 times the height of your largest crab in substrate. But I'm just going to guesstimate about 6 inches, because most hermit crabs are going to be about 2 inches in size, especially if you're just starting out. There's a couple of different options for eco-earth. You can get the bricks, or you can get the like pre-fluffed bags, but these are harder to calculate as far as the ratio, because these are 0.31 cubic feet, and these are 0.25. But if you want to measure it out with like a measuring cup by hand, you can go this way. Either way. Now you're going to start out with dry sand, and then your eco-earth after it's been moistened and fluffed. And then you're going to mix it all together, and then if it is too dry, you can add some primed water, about a cup at a time, and then mix it together until it's sandcastle consistency. That means whenever you like lump it together, it holds its shape. Or you can do the poke test, so you can poke your finger down into the substrate, and if it holds the tunnel, then it's the right consistency, because hermit crabs have to dig down and make like little molt chambers in order to molt properly. Okay, next we're going to need some pools. So these are the cheapest pools I could find. I have used these before, they do work. You need 1 for saltwater and 1 for freshwater, and this comes with 2 pools, so that's perfect. And little ladders too. And then you're going to need a bubbler, right? A little air pump. I like this one because it comes with 2 lines. It comes with the tubing, it comes with the little air stones, everything you need. This is going to help aerate your water pools, and it's going to also help you with humidity in your tank. Next you're going to need a hygrometer. It's going to tell you the temperature of your tank and the humidity. Your ideal temperature range is going to be, I think, 72 to 85 degrees. And then your ideal humidity range is going to be 75 to 85%. Most people aim for 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 80% humidity for both, okay? Next, you're going to need a heat map. Bean farm is the cheapest way to go. They also have like sizes that will actually like fit your tank. Remember, 35 inches is the length of our tank, so we're going to do... And if it's 13 inches tall, and we have 6 inches of substrate, this is going to be perfect. 6 inches wide, that'll be about an inch off of the substrate, and it'll fit along the back wall all the way. And then you're going to want to tape it on with electrical tape. You could do duct tape, but every time I've done that, the duct tape kind of like melts and gets weird and gross, so do electrical tape instead, it works better. I'm inserting this because I did say that our tank is only 30 inches in length, and the Ultratherm heat pad I was showing was 35 inches. You could get the 35-inch one and then like wrap it around the sides, because I think these are bendable. Or you can get this 23-inch one. This is the most popular, I think, because it fits 20-gallon tanks. Anyway, but you could do this and then just have a little bit of a gap on either side of your tank. And then you can insulate this with Reflectix. It's got a heat temperature rating that goes up to 180 degrees. So it's suitable for those temperatures, which, I mean, your heater's not going to reach that, but, you know, better to be safe than sorry. And this will help insulate your tank and keep the temperature up if you're having issues keeping your tank hot enough. We're gonna grab this starter pack, this Healthy Start bundle from South of the Ocean. It would technically be cheaper in the long run if you bought everything individually in bulk, but since you're just starting out and you're already dropping like a bajillion dollars on all the setup, this is the best way to go. You get your Sea Chem Prime, you get your Instant Ocean Saltwater, you get this 24/7 mix here, which is going to be like green sandworm castings and a calcium source. And then you're going to have leaf litter, and then a couple of complete meals, and a little bit of coconut oil, because they do need fat in their diet. And then you're also going to need shells. I think you need like 5 per crab. If you're going to have purple pinchers, which is what most people are going to have, it's these ones. They like these round opening ones. These ones. So these are circular openings. These are called turbo shells. These ones are D-shaped openings. Ecuadorian crabs like these. Purple pinchers, the ones you're going to have probably, are going to like these ones. You might buy 2 sets of this. So altogether, our cost so far is $199. Now we're going to move on to optional enrichment items. This stuff is the stuff that you, like, need. But this next stuff that we're going to talk about is stuff that you can wait on for, like, a week or 2, okay? So we're going to get the tension rods here. This is going to hold some of our climbers. I think they're, like, $7. Come with 2. And then this should fit on the, like, short way in your tank. You can get the bigger ones to fit the long way, but I feel like that's too much. I like to get like just 2 of these and then drape some rope in between them for them to climb on. You can get some cheap cork bark. It's like $8. And then go to the local Dollar Tree for your dishes. Because, I mean, I know everybody loves like the Etsy dishes. They do work great. They're very convenient. But you can just get some like cheap Dollar Tree stuff. Even these like little souffle cups. Those will work. Your crabs might bury these, but they're mostly natural. And you can just throw them away if they get dirty. And then you're going to get some natural cotton rope, some jute twine or cord, some clay pots. These are great for them to hide in, or if you want to put like foraging stuff in them. Some plastic shower curtain rings, some zip ties, and then this stuff, which is like a plastic camp. I think this is for cross-stitch sheets, but we're going to use it for enrichment toys. Alright, so first example, right? We take our plastic shower rings and you wrap them in jute twine. And then you drape them over your like shower curtain rods. And then I use this cotton rope. This is my tank. This cotton rope to go between them. This stuff might mold eventually, but it's really cheap, so I'll just replace it. And then this is my other set of my tank. Ignore the humidity reading. My lid was off while I was exchanging my crabs. Let's see here. These are their pools. I used critter keepers, and then I used aquarium sealants to put these like little aquarium rocks on the side for them to crawl out. I do have ladders in case too, but this is my little experiment to see if they'd use these. And they do. They like to climb up the rocks to get out. This over here is a toad pool. It doesn't actually, it's not like for them to submerge in. It just has some like aragonite sand, some black Hawaiian sand, for them to like, I don't know, shuffle around and eat calcium. This is their dipping pool that they actually like fully submerge in over here. And then this is their freshwater pool. This is an example of like the usage of the clay pot. This is like a shorter, rounder one that I found at Walmart. It's a little more expensive than the Dollar Tree ones. I like these better. This is their worm castings. And then here's an example of the enrichment toy that we're gonna make, okay? So you're gonna take that like canvas, plastic canvas stuff, and then you're gonna use the zip ties to like zip tie it together, and then you're gonna cut little holes and you're gonna make it into a square. And that way you can put like little food, like little treats. They love popcorn. Put that in there, just to keep them busy. My jumbo crabs love these more than my like smaller ones. Alright, so total for all of these like cheap enrichment things I think is like 30 bucks. And you get to do arts and crafts. That's fun, right? And then if you want some like options for food that you can eat and they can eat, I recommend getting like a big tub of unrefined coconut oil. I use this for everything. It doesn't work very well for baking, but it's great for cooking, and your crabs can eat it, and it lasts so long. Also, these unsweetened coconut flakes, they have to be organic. Hermit crabs are really sensitive to pesticides, so you have to buy them organic stuff. But yeah, these aren't good for like food staples, but they are good treats. They go crazy over these, but they mostly eat protein and calcium. You can buy pet store food. You do not want to buy the like hermit crab pellets. Those are really bad. They have copper sulfate in them, and that copper will build up in their system and they'll die eventually. So you want to do single ingredient, just freeze-dried or dehydrated stuff. Mysis shrimp work really well, and bloodworms work really well. So the ingredients, just bloodworms. This is my hermit crab's favorite. They love bloodworms. Altogether, I think we're at about 250 bucks. For all the enrichment, all the like foods and like the toys and stuff, about 250 bucks. Now, of course, there's some enrichment things on Etsy that you can't make yourself. Like, I love like the wheels. The little hermit crab wheels, they work so much better than hamster wheels or any other enrichment that I can make, but they are pretty expensive, so save that for later. But yeah, this is all you need for your basic setup, and then if you have any questions or if you like need any help, you can join a hermit crab group on Facebook, or you can come like search stuff here. The Land Hermit Crab Owner Society, Crab Street Journal, Norton's Nest, and Crab Central Station. And then if you want to know what foods you can give them, there's a couple of different camps, right? So this is Hermit Crab Association. This is the original safe food list from like 2011. But a lot of people consider this outdated. It does have some like stuff that people don't feed them anymore. Like for instance, basil. Most of the updated food lists do not include this because it has a lot of essential oils in it. And people tend to believe that terrestrial crustaceans avoid plants that are high in essential oils. Same reason why like people plant like citronella and lavender to like ward off mosquitoes. People think that hermit crabs will not like basil or dill or lavender or anything that's really high in essential oils. I have given dill to my hermit crabs, and like they didn't die or anything, but they didn't like it. So I would stick to the more conservative safe foods lists. And then if people don't test those foods, they typically will not make it onto the safe foods list. So maybe you have something that like you're sure is not going to cause a problem for them. It might not be on the safe food list just because it hasn't been tested. That's your risk. Take that risk if you want, I guess, but I would say stick to these safe food lists until you're more familiar with like hermit crab anatomy and such. These are the most commonly recognized ones. This Crab Street Journal, you can like search for things like basil. Look down on. Categories mixed. Toxic principle. Linalool. So these are the things in it that could be toxic to crabs. Let's do dill. Carvon. But yeah, I would use Crab Street Journal for your basis for what to feed your crabs. Okay, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Bye.